Alright, so I am back. Sorry about this. I had to change up a couple things. For some reason, OBS isn't liking to show this. So the first time you launch this up, this is full of loading up all your different shaders, connections, your analyzer, everything coming through, and it's a rather large list. Um, and then as that comes through, everything's loading. Um, and then I am waiting for this to respond, and it looks like it's having problems. Lumberyard is currently in beta, so I need to launch the editor again. I'll see if, and it's not letting me move that over to the monitor, so I'll need to wait for that to finish initializing, so I can get it over into that right monitor. There we go. And here we are. So now you can kind of see what it is I'm looking at over here. Here's your terrain editor. Like I said, this is my first time really getting in playing with it. All I did beforehand was go through and edit my roles here so that I could see what this would look like, um, and make sure I had everything loaded up because I knew it would take a while. I've watched a couple videos. I haven't watched a whole lot of videos. Um, I also do have the tutorial set up so that I can go through and we can take a look at the various stuff that they can do. We have the terrain editor. It seems like a fairly robust system. It is free. The only thing that you have to pay for is, or the only time they really charge you is if you are doing a multiplayer game and you want to host it on, and you go to host it online. Amazon does have you host it through the AWS system, which you just access right here. It actually opens right up for their console. Through GameLift, you can actually hook it right up, and it actually customizes so you can actually do scaling of your game. So like if you do a online multiplayer game, it will go right in and it will actually scale the game so you can have thousands of people playing the game all at the same time. Um, it's got several different tools. You've got your open database view, open UI editor, sun trajectory tool. I'm actually going to go ahead and open up uh, their getting started tool, just kind of at their first try here, just so we can take a look here. Um, so this is kind of their beginning area here. Their little guy here. As you can see, it's got all their different stuff here. Your basic shortcuts, you can sit there and mouse out or use your scroll wheel. You can sit there and move around uh, and take a look at different things. Zoom around. So zoom in. Seems fairly robust. Control G is the shortcut, so if you ever need to get in and take a look at your game, uses your standard WASD keys as you're moving around as your inputs. Makes that really, really nice. So it's pretty standard. Okay, that's kind of weird. I mouse right there and it kind of gets stuck there. Again, beta, so kind of glitchy there. Try to get away from that block. It seems like that block right there is what's doing that. So we'll take a little side street here. Nice shading. Nice little sky here. You can sit there and hit escape to get back out of that mode. Then you can go inside here. They do have a little layers area here, so you can sit there and hide different parts of your terrain. I've not really messed with developer tools before, so I'm not sure what all the different tools are that other developers use. They do have several different packs that you can use and download and take a look at. But you can go through, turn off just the lights. Brush placement. Oh, okay, so I can sit there and do different things here. And of course, undo. All right. Getting this figured out. And actually reaching out to somebody real quick. I want to make sure that my microphone is actually working. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while, so I want to make sure that this is working. Give me a chance. My next streams, as I get going on this and of course become more proficient, will have different things that I will be able to do. And as always, if you see something that you like, make sure to go ahead and follow me either at twitch.tv ragingalcoholic or go ahead and subscribe here at YouTube. Like I said, I still may be changing my name here on from Raging Alcoholic. Still not quite sure what I want to do there. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and bring up this Adobe real quick because I want to see what we can do, want to see how robust this really is from the system. Alright, so let's see. Preparing the scene, flow graph. Right. Let's see, place the tag points. Concept, trigger, move the block left to right, set the same block, prepare the scene. First you must, from the roll up bar on the objects tab, select AI. Alright, so first thing we are going to do is I am going to hide our lighting. I'm going to hide our physics. There we go. There we go. So that's our block. I've got our block selected. I'm just going to leave the block alone for right now. We're down here inside the middle of the scene. And so do the roll up bar there from the objects tab on the AI. On objects tab. So let's find the objects tab. There it is. Sounds good. No, Raging Alcoholic's so good. Thanks, Troy. So I should keep my name, huh? Is that what you're telling me? I need to keep that name. I haven't decided yet exactly what I will be doing yet with that name. All right, so going here. Let's see. Before you build the script, we need to do this. Let's see, we did that. We're going here. Boom. I appreciate that. All right. So, before we build the script, prepare the scene with several entities. Roll up bar on the object talent. Select AI. So there's our AI. All right. Under the heading, select tag point. There's our tag point. Okay. Move your mouse cursor into the perspective viewpoint to place the tag point. Alright, so we're going to place a tag point right here, just because I feel like that's a good place to place a tag point. And Troy, they're not as expensive as what you thought, or as what you would think, to go with the green screen. I'll go ahead and drop mine real quick. I've actually got two of these. They cost me a total of $36 off of Amazon. They're just 6x9, and as you can see, they're all folded, wrinkly, and OBS does a really great job of taking those right out of there. As you can see, I've got a couple folds from dark spots, but I'll be taking that out once I finish doing my lighting stuff. So really enjoy the green screen. Of course, I've got much better camera, and I will also be changing my microphone setup from a headset. Actually, I got a little bit fancier and was given an actual podcast microphone as a gift. Currently, it's set up to a different system that I've got for work, so, but loving that part too. All right, so there's that. So we need to repeat steps 1 and 2 more additional times. All right, so we need to go through here. So we did the AI. We needed to create a tag point, and then it says to tag and okay. So it says AI. Yep, we did AI. Object tag point. Select tag point. Okay, but we selected tag point. Into perspective mode. Okay, so there's, why is it doing it here, but it's not doing it here? Okay, there's that. Okay. Into the perspective viewpoint to place the tag point. Alright, repeat steps 1 and 2 an additional 2 times. Did I not? Okay, well that didn't hold. Okay, so let me try. Okay, so that's the town blocked. Let me try moving where I need to be at. So we are going to go over to here. Let's try on a fresh street. Uh, Loving my new cam. I actually moved over to the Logitech C920 cam. Again, picked it up for just a song and a dance. Found it on sale over the holidays. Um, Again, at Amazon. I do a lot of stuff at Amazon. That's kind of where I disappeared to for the last 2.5 years. Um, I finally found a job and I love every minute of it, and that's what I've been doing. It's a lot of fun. So I'm not going to complain at all. Oh, there we go. Now we have a nice little ball there. Yeah, all right. I think I'm getting it. All right, so we go here, tag point. That's what we're supposed to do this. Now this is looking right. Okay, so we needed to do this 3 times. All right. Hey, look. I made that look like that picture that we've got up there now. So now we're going through, let's see. You notice one of the tags, notice XYZ gizmo. Love their technical terms here. Gizmo. That's a great term here. Depending on how you've built the scene, runs either the X or YZ axis. In this example, the street was built along the X axis. This is direction which will set the ball to launch and travel. If your road along the X axis, you will use the X to reach the destination. Well, it looks like I set this to launch this way. So if I want to move, okay. So, okay, I can hold that down. Why? Oh, I bet I need to click on this. Oh, hey, look at that. I just figured something out without even trying. So I just learned how to move something. So, going up here, actually choosing the icon that looks like it's supposed to move, moves items. That's awesome. Again, I can click on that because I have that. If I hold down the shift button, it locks it there on that X. What happens if I press the Y button? Nope, doesn't do that. But if I can sit there and hold down on the, if I mouse over, see when it mouses over that, I can sit there and do that on the different axis. As long as that turns yellow, it will go through, and then of course you can hit the undo. So I can go all the way down here and hit undo and undo those 4 actions. Boom, it's right back where it started. Cool. Again, I want to move this one. I want to move it more a little bit close to center. Wish it had a little bit more of the controls, hotkeys, or maybe ways to set that up. I'll get into that later. Again, first time ever messing with this, so perfect. So we've got that part. X-axis, we'll go down here. Step number 4. Position 2 of the tag points about midway on the length of the street. Okay, so let's see here. We're here midway. Not quite midway. So I want to select you. Can I select 2 at the same? I can select 2 at the same time. So if I want to move both of you at the same time, oh, it does. That's nice. And perspective mode. Okay, so about midway. There we go. Boom, they're midway. All right, that looks about midway. Yeah, that looks about midway. And should look similar. Yep. Add a block and link. Next, you'll add a block you created earlier, and then link a tag to it. You'll later spawn and shoot balls from this linked object. That sounds like way too much fun. Alright, so let's take a look here. And Oh, also, Troy, one of my new things I'm also going to be adding is a 40K 43 inch. So I'll be getting rid of dual my dual 24 inch and going just up to one 43 inch 40K or 4K. I haven't decided if I want to do that or if I just want to go up to a 4K and leave also my dual 1080p monitors. That way I can have uh, a much more work surface because I'm also going to be changing out my little 6x8 closet into a 12 by 12 foot area. So I'm kind of getting a little bit crazy. Alright, so on the roll-up bar, on Objects, select the Geom entity. Okay, so we are going here to the Objects tab, Geom entity. Geom entity, okay, perfect. Yeah, the nice thing about the big one is you can set up your different regions. And that's kind of where I'm thinking is even if I had one huge monitor, and that's why I was thinking, okay, do I give up the dual monitors and go to just one super big one, or do three and have the big one with the two mounted either below or above? But then what would I do with my camera? Because right now my camera is sitting right where I would have my 40K sitting at. So then I'd of course have to set up something different for my camera setup. So what I'd always be looking off to my side here to be talking to people, or would I have to set my camera up right in the middle of my monitor, which would be distracting also. Um, be, you know, just different things I'd have to try to figure out. Alright, under browser heading, alright, we are looking at objects, getting started, asset, select, entity, block. Getting started, asset, select the entity block. Okay, so that must be this GS block. Drag the block into perspective. Hey, there we go. Okay. So, tip, if you do not see the block and sphere in the list, click reload button. Nope, I've got it because I took that time to do everything. So there we go. So there's our block. GS block. Okay. Position the block between the two tag points in the street. Oh, okay. So again, we want to do the move. We're going to position this here, but we are going to move you here. Looks like I need to, whoa. We are going to, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to on these controls. Okay. You, sir, need to come back here. Perfect. You come up. Yep. You're going to come here. You. We're going to come here. You come back just a little bit more. Well, what I'm thinking at with the 40 inch, honestly, is I'm going to more of a stand sit type system, and it will sit back away from me about 3 feet. As opposed to where my monitors right now are 18 inches, it would be a 3 feet back away from me type setup, because where I'm changing everything around, I'm also looking at doing a full-on studio where I'd also have my professional LED lights and stuff up behind me, because I would also be doing actual videos and stuff where my green screen is actually all the way back here right now, and it would be an additional 5 feet behind me inside my new space. so I could actually stand up and do other things as well. And still be able to see my monitor, and I can actually then use it as a teleprompter. So big plans for multiple different uses. So, and as you can see, because I did all of that nice stuff, you can now start seeing my green screen coming through because I've changed the lighting in the room as it bounced around and all that nice little reflection. So let's make my camera auto zoom again. Position the third tag so it's centered in front of the block. Okay, so the front of the block, I'm guessing, is this part. So we are going to take you, go here, here. We are going to, no. Okay, so that, I'm not quite sure if I'm sold on these controls or not. Something this almost reminds me of, honestly, Troy, is inside Rift when you when they released their housing stuff, is when they were doing their dimensions. So using the dimensions toolbox is really where I am trying to recall some of this stuff from, and that's kind of what this is feeling like to me, is learning how to do some of this stuff from there. I know that's kind of rudimentary, and I apologize to any developers that I just insulted by comparing this to tools inside of a video game for housing. I just want to let you know that now. I do apologize. That's just where my experience really comes from on this. Alright, so link the object. So let's see. So we got this part done. It's centered. In the editor toolbar, link the object. Select the link icon. So we have a link icon. Let's see, in the editor toolbar, select the tag point. Editor. There it is. Okay, I can see that. So which one do I have selected? Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I have this ball selected. Okay, looks like I have the ball selected. Yes, yes. Okay, so we are linking that. So selected that, select tag point in front of the block, then left click and drag. The cursor displays. Okay. And to block 2. Yep. Alright. So it's linked. When the block, release the mouse. The tag point and block should now be linked. Test this by moving the block around. Okay. Oh. Well, it's... I need to undo that. What part did that just undo? I think I just undid my link. Alright, so let's try that again. So there's the link. We are going to link to GS block 2. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to unlink and we are going to move. But we are going to... Yep, perfect. Hey, look at that. I actually linked 2 objects. Alright, so rotate the block up about 20 degrees. Okay. So we are going to rotate, which is going to be this one, and we are going to rotate that up 20 degrees. Oh, that's handy. I don't know if you see that, but down right at the bottom there, and of course I'm pointing it because I know you can see right where I'm pointing to. Um, Inside the screen, let me actually drop my Adobe real quick because it just dawned on me where I'm at on my screen. You guys can't see this because where I had Adobe at. So I'm actually going to drop this from where I've been building. So at Adobe, so when you're going here with your scaling and you're making your changes, this actually gives you your degrees. So as you're making your rotations, you can see it in multiples of 5. So right now, because I already had it at 20%, it's now at 0% because I don't need to go any farther. So if I want to do it at 30, so there's 40%, there's 25, 20, that's back down to 0, there's 15. So yeah, so there's my, actually I think that one's 20% because at 20 should bring me, yeah. So there we go. So there's 20%. So we're actually going to bring this up. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit for you guys. And we're going to move this over to here. Just so you guys can see over here where I'm building at just a little bit. Sorry about that, everyone. It just dawned on me. I didn't want to cover up the tools, so I had built it so Adobe would show up over on that left-hand side, and then realized, hey, I'm building on the left-hand side. That doesn't make any sense for you guys to see the document if that's where I'm building. All right. So that's what we've got here. All right, yeah, so successfully stacked physics blocks. All right, so this actually looks like what they've already got. Whoops, what did I just do? The nice thing about testing is when you can sit there and say whoops, and it's not something that you can, oh, there we go. All right, so we're just going to hit the select button. So this looks like something that they've already got set up for us over here. So it looks like this is something that they've already got built. So this looks like what I just built over here. Only thing is mine's better because I just built mine. So that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm going with. Mine's better. Enough said. We're actually going to undo that. We are going to take this one. I don't want to select the road. Unselect the road. I don't want to select the road. Dang you. Alright, fine. Let's do this. Why are you making me select the road? Why can't I select? Alright, let's go to layers. Can I turn off? No, it doesn't let me turn off the blow. Alright. Yes, there we go. Alright, so I am now going to grab this, move that up just a little bit, grab this, and we move you guys back here just a little bit. And I'm sure there's a way that if I just select one of you, that it will tell me exactly where you are at. Probably if I go through here and look at my database, vegetation, nope, groups, nope, 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 okay, so not there, not my tag points. I can do that. Oh, there it is, right there on the bottom. That's exactly what I was looking for, right down here at the bottom. It tells me exactly where it is, X, Y. So there's X, it's 613. So I was close here. So we want to do, what happens if I do that? Okay, that's what I thought. So that's going to put it right back to there. So X is fine. Y is 589, 589, 125, 125. Okay, Z is 32, 125, 32, 6. Perfect. Alright. And then this right here will also tell me all of that information, right where the x-axis is, the y-axis, 589, 589. So, I mean, literally, I was just like so close. Boom, boom. I'm just one of those people that I just love it when I can sit there and see exactly what it is how that's supposed to look. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and turn this stuff here back on. There we go. Now I should start looking a lot more like what they had. Now I can start stacking physics blocks. So bring this into position. Okay. You'll need to stack the physics blocks into a wall at the end of the street. So our end of the street here is going to be down there. All right, easy enough. Let's go down here. There's our end of the street. Move the physics blocks to the end of the street in front of the block and tag points as shown in the following image. Okay. First, you now have physics blocks. Stack physics blocks. Okay, so we're going to go objects. We need to go to geometry entry, GS block, drag it onto here, I'm guessing. And then what I need to do is rotate it, but I need to rotate it this way, 90 degrees. Then I want to move it, but I want to move it this way. Okay, and control copy, boom, control copy, boom, control V, nope, can't just do control V, gotta keep hitting control copy, boom. So if I do this, so they're all done, and I hit control copy, oh, that's nice, and then they're automatically stacked up for me. Okay, what happens if I offset? Okay, done. Okay, control copy again. Oh yeah. Control copy again. There we go. Now I'm building a nice little wall here. I'm getting this figured out. Control copy. I want to move my camera view a little bit because this is... Oh, okay, so I'm not too far off on all of this. Control copy, there we go. Control copy. And of course, I could have saved time by just going through and selecting and just building that up to make that a lot faster. Just, as you build it out, you can just obviously go quicker as you're building stuff out in these. Also, I'm sure there's a way once you're inside here, it looks like this one is scale. So if I wanted to, I could go inside here to objects. Let's see. I can open up object, geometry, entry, grab a scale, drag that out here, go to this, go over here, grab, no, I don't want to grab that, I want to select, oh please, we're going to this, but we're going to go to scale, and we're going to make you bigger, because we can, and we're just going to keep making you bigger, and smaller, and just however we decide we want to do that. And then we're going to rotate you like that, because we can. And then we're going to go back to this, rotate you out. So now we've got a pretty awesome looking ramp going on. And then what's this right here do? Select terrain. So I don't know why we would want to select the terrain on that, but we can do different things there. So I just kind of play around with that. But I'm going to leave that there because I'm going to play around with that later. It's just fun kind of every once in a while to play around with different things. So there's our wall. It looks like our wall is a little bit smaller than their wall. I don't like being smaller than somebody else. So what we are going to do is select, but we are going to select all of this. And then we're going to control copy. Oh, look at that. We're just going to copy all of it. Yep, it even grabbed that other guy over there. I'm okay with that. Boom, look at that. Haha. We even control, yeah, see, look at that. We even copied that terrain right there. So, I guess when that happens, we can just do this. Do we want to delete town block 3? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and delete their town block. We don't need to necessarily have another town block. I'm kind of liking that design right there of that block, though. But I don't necessarily need to have that block, so yep. I like that it asks you, are you sure you really want to do that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to do that. Alright, so there's this. See, it jumps here to 27, so we just want to select those. Yeah, well, we'll just leave it just like that. Now our wall is bigger. I like the fact that our wall's bigger. So now we're going to go down here. Physics and street, tag the block, position, aha. They used 5, I used 4, but again, we made our wall bigger. That can be knocked down by the cannon. Haha, we made tagging. Alright, now we need to trigger, now we need to create a trigger volume. Okay, from the roll-up bar, select Entity, Triggers. Okay, so Entity, Triggers, there we go. Select and drag Proximity Trigger. Okay, so at the very beginning, when we were first coming in with our little robot guy, and we were trying to figure out what was going on, and it's like, ooh, I'm not sure what the heck is happening here, and I thought that was just a glitch for the beta. I'm wondering if that was because we hit a proximity trigger, and it's like, well, stop, there's something here that you're supposed to interact with, and I didn't know about it. I'm betting that that's what that was that we hit over on that other side. So, here is our proximity trigger. So proximity trigger, let's see, and we're going to bring this over here, and it says to drag it here. Boom, look at that. Okay, so yeah, so we can sit there and bring it right in. Here's this. Yeah, we're just going to put it right there, right on top of that, because that did kind of bug me at how big that was. Position the trigger behind the block and tag points as shown following the image. See, look at how far back they placed theirs. That's what drove me nuts. Over at that other thing, I was nowhere close to this thing, had no clue what it was for, and it was like, whoa, wait a minute, is this thing glitching? Oh yeah, see, look at that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move it. So now that I know what they're doing, we can sit there and move this back. I'm not going to move it quite as far back as what they're saying to move it. I'm just going to move it back a little bit farther, and then we'll go ahead and expand. Alright, so now under the heading Entity Properties, so Properties right here. Oh, yep, there it is. We are going to change the X or Y dimension so the volume increases the entire street. And then we're also going to change the dim Z so that it is a little bit bigger. Oh, okay, so we can sit there and change these. So it looks like for this we really want to set that more to about a 25. Well, no, way too big. So let's change that to a 15. No, that's still too big for me. So let's change that to about a 12. 12 makes it 10? 10 is too small. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go 12. Yeah, we'll keep that one at a 12 because it's just enough to do the street, but not enough to really hit the sidewalk. Actually, we're going to go like this, and then we're just going to put it inside the street. Nothing bugs me more than when stuff inside games forces me into something when I'm walking down a sidewalk. Yeah, like you could see, that bugged me when I was sitting there inside that street earlier. Alright, so there's that. So the entire street. So it's a little bit deeper on the street too. It goes all the way down onto the street. So I don't see a reason to change the Z. The Y seems deep enough. I don't see a reason to really change the Y. 5 seems plenty deep. Z, you can't jump over that. You don't jump high enough. So I'm going to leave that setting as is. 11 covers the street, so I'm fine with the way that ours is set up right now. The street should be, for example, if Y is your forward direction, the street settings should be approximately 20. No, way too big. Our street, we chose the side street. 11 is perfect. It goes from sidewalk edge to edge of the street. 5, plenty wide enough. Yeah. Add a camera. Now you need to add a camera that switches view when controlling the block shooting the wall. Position the view so that you can see the block at the bottom of the screen and view the... see, okay. So that's why it kept changing my camera view every time I entered inside that screen, and I had that glitch. Alright, so... camera view... in the upper left corner. Okay, and you guys should be able to hear me again. Alright, so now with our camera view, again I'm going to go ahead and mess with this just a little bit. We are going to go up here to perspective. Let's see. In the upper left hand corner, perspective view, right click on perspective. Okay. And select create camera. Create camera from current view. Okay. The current view from your perspective viewpoint is now fixed to the camera from that perspective. No. Undo. Alright, so I see what it wants to do. Okay, so now what we want to do is just go ahead and unselect. We are going to come inside here with the Slamma-Jamma, go down here. We want to make sure that we have a really nice solid view here, just like such. Real quick before we do that, because I want those bad boys sunk in a little bit deeper. I want to take both of those down to about 30. Nope, way too deep. Let's take those to 32. Now let's take them to 32.5. Nope, too high, 32.125. There we go. We'll sink them in about halfway. 32.1, let's see, point carry, we will do, there it is. Alright. So now we will right click on here and create camera from view. Yep, there is our camera. Navigate away, and notice how the camera appears in the scene. Okay. Yep, perfect. Now, when using the camera, create a flow graph script. Okay. So, now my question is, can I take this camera? Can I do this? I can. Oh, nice. Because I don't necessarily want to have it there. I want them to be able to look like that. Boom, right? That's what I'm talking about. And then can I scale it? Can I? I can. Yes. So, even if you do make a mistake there with your camera placement, like what I had originally done, you can still move your camera around, you can still scale your camera. Like I said, all the stuff I'm still kind of learning, messing with, really kind of enjoying this a little bit. Alright, now we're going to go on to flow graphs. So, first thing we're going to do is go to the Objects tab. We are going to select Entity. We are then going to go to our browser, and then Default, Flow Graph Entity. Okay, shrink this down inside Entity. Oh wait, I think I messed up. And I did. Okay. But there we go. There's our flow graph entity. Boom. Now it is out here. Okay. So flow graph entity is on the screen. Into our viewpoint. With place, right click it and create a flow graph. Okay. First, let's, oh, that's right. Gotta click on that so that we can move it. Move you up just a little bit. There we go. Select you, right click, create flow graph. We are going to, oh, Getting started 2. 1. New. Getting started wrong. Because I'm sure I'm getting started not the way that it intended us to be getting started. Just saying. I'm pretty sure that I'm doing something not the way that it was originally intended for it to be getting started. Alright. Now, from the editor, open view pane, flow graph. Why do I need to open that if that is already here? It's here, I can see it. Flow graph area has the following areas, blah blah blah. Yep, see them all. Hey, I bet that one's debug. Just saying. That's what it looks like to me. Alright. Going from here, we're going to go down. Properties, canvas, research, yep, debug. Hey, look at that, debug. Has all the breakpoints. Okay. I can skip through this. Alright. Now that you've started the process, let's see. In the file tree, level, viewpoints. Now that we know where everything's at. Flow graph, perspective, yep. View pane, perspective, flow graph. Like I said, it automatically opened up as soon as I right-clicked on the view graph. And it did allow me to just automatically open up, or it opened it up on my other screen, so all I had to do was drag it right into camera. There was nothing special had to be done, it just did it. So it was there. Pretty simple, cut, dry, it was there. Nothing major needed to be done. Alright. Now, what we're going to do here is script a camera. Let's see. In the file tree, open level flow graphs, entities, getting started. So, in the file, open. Okay, Lumberyard. Let's see. Levels. Create the scripts. So I'm not sure where I'm supposed to open this part from. In the file tree view. Oh, okay, over here. No, because it's not there. Oh, okay, there we go. Level flow graphs, entities, getting started wrong, flowing graph, entity 2. Okay, the scripts, files, yes, okay. I'm getting it now. In this first script, you'll set up a trigger that switches between the gameplay camera and another camera placed in the level. Select the proximity trigger that you placed earlier. So return to the flow graph editor. Alright, so proximity trigger. trigger. Okay. And then we're going to go back to here. Select add selected. Right click, add selected entity. Boom, look at that. And now we've got it inside our flow chart. And there we are. And we're starting our first flow graph. In the component list, expand camera. Alright, so we go over here. We're going to go to here, expand camera. We're going to go to view, release, repeat previous step, drag another view node into the canvas view. Canvas should now look like this. Select the node view and drag it. Oh, okay. So we drag it here. So here's this. We go here. And then it says to do that, repeat the previous step, and then we go here. So boom. There's our flow chart. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. Yep, that's exactly what that looks like. Now you assign a camera to each view node. To do this, perspective viewpoint, select the camera you position. This is most likely camera 2. Actually, it's not, because camera 3. Alright, to do this, select the camera that you position. This must... So there's camera 3. Alright. And we go here, assign selected, boom. There's that. Why did that do that? Shouldn't still be the trigger. Should have been Mr. Camera. Alright, what's going on here? Okay, so let's go to camera controller rigging. Alright, so here, let's just do this. Boom, escape. Oh yeah, duh. Let's go default perspective. Alright, there we go. That's what I had done. Alright, so now we want to go to view, open view pane, but now we want to open up our graph, but we want to go open levels, getting started wrong. Hey, look at that, I remembered. Now what we want to do is select Mr. Camera here, right click, and there we are. Now we're at camera 3. So this is proximity trigger, this is camera 3. I don't know why both of them went to camera 3. Now, let's see. Do this, you need to pull camera ID using game token. Game tokens or values exist outside of existing or outside from editor toolbar. database view. Okay, so we are now going to open up database view. Game tokens. And we are going to go to load library. Getting started. I mean there was an error. Load library. Getting started. Okay. Duplicate library. Okay, so why is that giving me that error? That's weird. To get the component list, expand mission. Alright, so let's go to mission. Mission. Game token get. Okay. Double click the token. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay. There is that. Click and drag. Okay. So now I have this. Okay. Click OK. So there's this. In the canvas view, on the entity proximity trigger, click and drag and attach it to enable the input point. First, let me move this here. Let's go here. Let's go here. So, when they enter, it goes to here. When it enters here, no. To the enable, yes. Enter. Enable. There we go. But click OK. Yes, yes. I still don't understand why you are showing as this. Choose entity, choose entity. View, view, yes. Camera, camera. I wonder if that's something going on there with inside their beta. Because that is showing me that they were both assigned the same camera. So what happens? Nope, that doesn't let me do that. So okay, so we're going to go back down here, just keep doing this, following their little directions here. Okay, so that enables from entity. Okay, so now when they leave, we're going to move this way. This is going to go here. So when they leave, it goes to activate, boom, output, here, and here. Okay, so see what just happened there? That changed this from camera 3 to now this camera. So that's a good thing. Alright, I like that. Boom, boom. Nice, simple. So even though this was messed up and was showing camera 3, once we entered that into our flowchart, that got fixed. Easy peasy. Nice. Glad to see that that's not a bug that needs to be taken care of right away. I'm kind of happy with that. So, yeah. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize for the crying 3-year-old in the background right now. So, we have that part, we have that part. Okay. Which triggers the camera setup? Yes. Create a mover. In this script, you'll take a look to move the block. Okay. Between 2 points with the keyboard input, control a flow graph. Create a mover. In the same flow graph script file, expose a blank area of the canvas. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just because I can, we're going here, here. This may drive people bonkers, really. I don't mind, because I can. It's mine. Haha. Boom. Boom. Alright, so now I've exposed a much cleaner area of my script. I've got all of that up there. That's for my other stuff. Now I've got another area there of my canvas, and we can continue to work. I'm going to go ahead and hide this, move this over here, because now we are working primarily over inside this. We don't necessarily need to have everything else over here seen. Alright, so in the flame, let's see, flow graph, flow graph can have multiple script events within the same canvas. If desired, you can always create a new script file, which may work best when organizing your level. For this tutorial, we'll keep all inside the same graph file, which makes sense. If you're going to do a bunch of multiple things, yeah, I understand, multiple files. We're all doing one thing inside one little area. Yeah, one file. Open the movement and drag canvas and into the view 2 of the move entity 2 nodes. Okay, so we are going to go here because I actually did this. So movement, move entity 2. They asked for 2 of these. Boom. Make these a little bit bigger so they're a little bit easier to see. Alright. In the component list, open the debug and drag into canvas view to the debug input nodes. Okay? Debug, input key, boom, boom. I'm wondering. No, you have to drag them. You can't just do like a copy paste. So you have to sit there and drag each one, you can't just do like a copy paste. You do have to drag each one of those. So as you set one of these things up, if you have it set up exactly the way you want to and you want to do it, it does look like you have to enter each one of those separately. So it looks like the way that they're going to have us want to set this thing up is something similar to kind of like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up. Something similar to how they're going to have it inside our thingamajigger. And perspective viewpoint, select the tag point entity on the left side of the street, assuming you're facing the block wall. Add this to the canvas with the add selected entity command. So again, we're going to add the tag point in the perspective viewpoint, add the tag point entity on the left. Oh, okay. So we're grabbing this one, right? We're going to go here, and boom. So now we added that one. So all we did was those little balls that we had there at the side, we grabbed the one on the left first. Select the tag point on the right side of the street and add it, placing it next to the one on the right. Wow, see, now we're doing like rocket science here. So we're going to grab this, right click here, add selected. So there's this. So yep, so see, I'm pretty much set up same way they are. Mine's a little bit closer together. I'm doing that just for sake of trying to keep everything up on the screen all at one time. That way we're not, that way I don't have to keep switching back and forth with you guys. Because I want you to be able to see what I see and be able to follow along if you guys are trying to follow along. Again, this is a free download from Amazon. All you have to do is go to Google or Bing and type in Amazon Lumberyard. Pulls it right up. It's aws.amazon.com/lumberyard to go pick this up. It's completely free to download. Anybody can pick this up. It's a AAA downloader. You can develop it for PS4, Xbox One, PC games. You can do single player, multiplayer, first person shooters. Mobile gaming is coming, so they're planning on this coming out for Apple, Android, all of those. So yeah. And I'll make sure to put any type of links, any of that inside here. Assign the linkage here, same nodes. Okay, so to the left, drag point of view. Okay, select the block between the two tag points to nodes. Assign the selected block. Okay, so select the block between the two tag points. On each of the movement on choose, assign the selected block. Okay, so we want to tag point 8. So why is this? Alright, so now that is assigned to both of those blocks. Select the block between the... Alright, so there we go. That's assigned to both of those. GS block 2, block 1, yes. Left, click and drag the PS output to node's destination. So POS to node's destination. Okay. To node's destination input. Okay. Send the same linkage on node to the right. Okay, so POS to destination. Done. Okay. Assign the same. Connect the debug input node's pressed output to move entity to node's start input. So pressed output to start. Okay. The same connect released output to stop. Okay. Okay, so then the same stuff here. Boom, boom. Makes sense. Yep, yep. Boom, boom. Got it. Select one of the entity nodes. In the node properties, change value to 4. Alright, select the move entity to nodes. In the node properties, change value to 4. Okay, there we go. So it's asking us to update over to here. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Adobe real quick so you see where it's asking us to change it. So the input is over inside this area. I'll go ahead and bring that back up now. So it's asking us to change the value right here of n to 4. See right there, change that to 4. Or you can just double click. So in this one, we'll just double click inside there, boom. There we are, nice, simple. I prefer the double click method. It's a lot easier than going over finding those values unless there's something very specific that you want to do that for. So you select the debug input node on the left. So we're going to bring this back over. Enter the J key. Stop movement, just press on J. And debug is lowercase l on this one. Oh, there we go. You have to make sure you are clicking exactly on the key. Okay. Alright, so now we are going over here. Now we should, boom, see, now I am inside that new perspective camera. And, oh, there we go. See, look at that. Moves me back and forth, nice and crisp. Oh, yeah. There is no movement because I took that little bit extra time when we went through and made sure to really set that up. Got a little bit of clipping here on that sidewalk. That's not going to bug me too much. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and escape. Actually, let's go back in because... So you cannot... Once you're inside the game, you have to use the WASD. The arrow keys work for movement when you're inside the editor, but when you're not inside the editor, the arrow keys work. Just heads up on that. Alright, so now we're going to be spawning the physics. And don't worry, we're almost done with this, and then we'll get this taken over. In this script, you'll spawn a physics object to shoot out of the designated spawn point. First thing I want to do is go here. Yeah, we need to fix the placement of that ball because, that's driving me nuts now. Thank you. There we go. Looks so much better. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom, right? Alright. Now, of course, we're going to have to open back up our flow chart. So we're going to have to go back through here, open back up our flow graph, go down here, open getting started wrong, flow graph entity. Again, go here. Well, let me grab those. Oh, it does. Nice. So I can actually grab all of this, move this up, boom. Because each one of those are built, so I don't have to... Why didn't that one work? No. But... I liked it when it worked for me just fine just a minute ago. See, I had that nice and selected. Huh. Strange. Okay, well, we'll just go up like this then. We're going to move that up there. Now that those are built, we know that that's working for us. So now we're just going to move those up out of the way so that we can now build our next points to our projects. Boom. Look at that. Nice, neat, out of the way for me anyway. Haha. I'm probably really driving people nuts because I'm making my arrows go behind stuff. To me, that doesn't really bother me a whole lot, so... Oh no, they disappeared. Alright. In the list component, enter the entity and select bring into canvas spawn archetype. So entity spawn archetype. Boom. Look at that. There's our spawn archetype. So that looks like they're going to have us put that over there. And then component list string set string So we're going to do a set string. That looks like that's going this way. Physics. Who doesn't love good physics? We're going to go physics, action impulse. That's going to go here. Actually, that's going to go over here. Now we got to move this around because we can. And so let's see. And then we're going to go back up here to our favorite little thing here, Mr. Debug. And we're going to go debug input key, right? Yep, debug input key. So debug input key and entity tag point. So select the tag point that was linked to the block. So everyone remembers that entity that was linked there to our block. Looks like we'll probably, there we go. Yep, this one right here. There we go. Bring this back up here. And we are going to add selected entity. Boom. So there we go. So, arranged nodes look like the following image. Well, you know, pretty close. So, connect the tag point nodes, POS output, spawn architect nodes to POS input. So, tag point nodes, POS input to spawn architect nodes, POS. Okay. Connect tag point input. Boom. There's that. So this is input, this is output. Okay, so I am learning. I'm slow, but I'm learning. Still don't think that's bad considering this is my first time ever with any type of development stuff. You're going to spawn the physics ball that you created in the archetype entity database. The object name is entered in setString node. Open the database view editor to select the edit library tab. Okay, so we are going to open this and then we are going to go here. Wait, no, I think I did the wrong thing. Okay, so no, I'm inside here. Set string node. Level. Okay, set string node. And open the physics folder. Why aren't all my items in here? Okay, so we're going to go here. Let's do cancel. Let's do plus. No? Well, let's just, what the hell? What's asteroid? No, we don't want to spawn an asteroid. That might be fun though. What's this one do? No, that one's just audio. No, that one's a duplicate again. So I'm getting a duplicate error still. But why? Why? Okay, so database view. I'm not getting anything here. Is that because it's still inside here? ball. Okay, is it already inside here? I'm wondering if these directions may have been written for an earlier beta version and they've changed how that happened, but that wasn't updated for inside here, and now that's been changed. So let's take a look here real quick at our options here. So options, what's this? What's our library here? Because see, here's our asset browser. So wireframe, physics, normals, no preview. There's our material. See, here's all of our assets. Lens, default, light beams, oceans, sphere, triangle plate, hex plate, polished copper metal, mixed stone metal. Ooh, I actually kind of like that one. That one is actually kind of cool. I think I'd actually rather use that one than the one that they were telling me that they want me to use. Okay, so take note of the string. So, okay, so basic entity level physics ball. Okay, so what's my string on this? Do I have a string on this? File name? No, that's not the file name. Level physics ball. Physics ball, basic entity level physics ball. Interesting. Okay. Level dot physics dot ball. No, see, it's not pulling up anything when I do an assets browser. Alright, so now it's caching all the models. So I'm opening up my database. Last search. Okay. Normal. Let's look at this. Alright. So we are going to go to root. Lumberyard. Let's actually go all the way up to Lumberyard. Objects. Getting started. No, see, that threw an error again. Okay. So let's open that back up. See, it wants to go back to here. No, again, duplicate error. So there's woodland, there's that. My stuff for that. here's this. Third-party beach developer code. Okay, so it would be inside here. Samples project. Nope, don't want to go back up to there, because that's where it keeps giving me the problems. Is it in default? Nope. What about that one? No, see? So it's not letting me get this sphere that they say is supposed to be right there inside my database. My database is empty. I don't understand how my database is empty. I wonder. I'm going to do a save as. Getting started wrongly. Cannot save levels inside of levels. Okay. So I want to save this inside here. Okay. Getting started wrongly. Save. Problems with database. Alright. So now we are going to exit. And then I'm going to reload, see if we can get this database thing to work. So I want to be able to finish this before we run out of time. I've got about 17 minutes left before we just end out of here. Like I said, everything here is showing that we're here. So we should be good to go. Launch editor. Again, I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching my first attempt here inside Lumberyard. See, it goes ahead and opens that up. You can also go ahead and click right there. It's getting all your files, everything set up, ready to go. Here's our database. Again, it's still completely, utterly, absolutely empty. There is nothing there whatsoever. I'm wondering, I want to go ahead and take a look here at their flow graph, because they do already have theirs done. So they have their flow graph entity finished. See right here, they have their spawn ball, they have their camera switch, they have their block mover script. And then they've gone through where it goes through and everything connects together. So this is what everything would look like had everything come together. So I'm going to zoom in here and go, okay, what did we do wrong? See, look at this. GS archetype physics ball. Well, where did they get that from? Because even inside their own directions, they're telling us level physics ball. Something just doesn't, yeah, something's not quite right for me there. Let's take a look here real quick. Let's go up to theirs. And then, of course, I'm going to be toying around with this a little bit as things are going on. See, I can sit there, hit spacebar. Now I'm out of this. So back, forth. Boom. Wow, yeah, that's kind of nice. So I is what they use to fire it. I is the amount of power that they can use. So of course, the higher you, the longer you hold it down, the more power you have. The shorter amount of time you have. So yeah, I can sit there and launch it all the way over. So I'm going to have to sit down and figure out why did my database not load all the way? Was it an error on my part? Should I have loaded something a little bit differently? Oh, that was kind of cool. Did you see that ball sit there and just like shoot off? Yeah, there it goes. It's still going off, way off into the distance. I'm going to go ahead and close out this Adobe window. We'll just go ahead and run around inside here. So last few minutes here, these are just going to be my kind of thoughts on this. I'm actually going to go ahead and open up where you can go to get this at. Oh, this is kind of sad. Had no idea that Nancy Reagan had died. So you can actually go to bing.com to pull this up. But if you go to Amazon Lumberyard, it's the very first one that pops right up. You can go right here, aws.amazon.lumberyard. You'll go right up. You don't even have to create an account. You can just click right there on to download Lumberyard. They have a quick little 5-minute video right here that you can sit there and play. Some of the stuff that you can see that they've done here with this, just really cool little things. Looks like they've done some stuff off of AWS or off of Crytek. It is in beta again, so you're probably going to see some crashes, kind of like what we just noticed there with our physics or with our database, where it wasn't letting us choose the correct features for us to be able to finish building our cannon so that I could create that first initial launch. Outside of that, kind of had fun getting in there, playing with it a little bit more. As I get going, I'm probably going to be getting into Maya so I can get into a little bit more shading, so that I can start messing around with some models. I do not have a background at all in graphic design. I've not gone to school for that, anything like that, so this is really my first foray into anything in that world. I do a little bit of digital drawing. I've always played around with some artwork and do some different stuff like that. I've done architecture type drawings back 20 plus years ago when I was in high school. Always kept up doing little doodles, that type of stuff, and that's been passed on through the family. So that's kind of been my background. I've always been interested to see what I could do with gaming. Of course, technology, cost-wise, that's always been a pretty major factor in what I've been limited with, what I've not been able to do. Where I saw that Amazon came out with Lumberyard and it's free, so I don't have to pay for, and that I can just get into, play around with, and not have to mess with any type of subscription on. That really kind of opened the door up for me. Maybe worth me paying for Maya subscription wise. I'll have to look into what their subscription models are just so I can get in to see what's going on with Lumberyard. I already do a little bit of stuff there with Autodesk anyway, since I use their SketchUp on our Amazon or on our Microsoft Surface for some of my doodling and stuff because of their layering stuff. So yeah, so I kind of already do that type of stuff. I find that it's value added for me. Instead of me just doing paying outright for expensive programs for as much as I use. That way I can just turn it off if I'm not using it for a short amount of or for lengthy amounts of time. But if you do game developing. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are on Lumberyard if you've downloaded it. Um, it seems to me like it may be something that could be kind of fun to get into just based off of what I've looked around at on different videos. Um, I only seriously started looking at this about 2, 3 days ago. Looked at other people's reviews. They have some beautiful different sceneries you can do. They have some great oceans, different stuff there. Let me see if I can actually just do a new, yeah. I'm just going to open up, oh, cancel. We're not going to save anything. We're just going to go brand new. Okay. Oh, come on. What are we going to name it? Test level alpha. Why not, right? Yeah, we'll make it 4,000 by 4,000. Boom, here's this. I mean, you've got a sun up inside the sky. I'm not sure what this is, but we can fly out here to the edge of this thing. Seems like it's pretty robust. I mean, wow. I mean, just look at those waves right there. Look at this. I'm sitting here cruising around at 64 frames per second, just messing around with waves. I mean, and I'm booking, and I'm still hitting 60 frames per second. I mean, that's a pretty gorgeous ocean. I think I went a little bit too deep into the ocean. Here we go. There you go. That's built in. I didn't do anything. You just saw I just went into a brand new developer, or I just opened up a brand new scene. Right there's water right from the beginning. It's right there. Open time of day editor. Boom, here we are. Time of day. Let's see what happens. Let's see here. We made it 1600. Take that off screen. Let's go up out of here. Not a whole lot. Oh wow, look. The sun's down on the horizon, right? I mean, that's kind of cool. Look at that. The sun is setting on those waves. Look at the way that that's reflecting off of that water. That's all built in on this engine. To me, that's just awesome. That's just built in. That's not even anything that you already have to program in. You don't have to go do Maya, anything like that. It's there. Again, my system is 2.5 years old. I'm still getting that 60 frames per second here. Let's take this to 24-hour, of course. Now we've got that nighttime sky. You can't really see the waves. Well, you can sit there and see a little bit of them. I mean, look at that. Right there. That made him pick up a little bit, but not really. There's that. Oh, there we go. We got us a moon. Right? Well, there's the moon as it just hit midnight. 6 a.m. So the sun's coming up. Noon. Sky's up in that sky again. There it is as it's setting. So there it is as it's setting. So I mean, it's got that full track. So I mean, you can actually set all of those different values in there. I mean, everything is just right inside there. You can sit there, set the different intensity. Yeah, I think I will have a lot of fun with this. I really do. I can't wait to really see what we can, what's able to be done here, environment-wise. I mean, look at this, just all the different stuff that's available. Yeah. So, be interested to know what other people that have played with Crytek, Unreal 4, all the different engines have to think. This is kind of my thoughts are definitely want to get in here, play with it. who knows? I might decide to start making something. I may decide to start doing an animated short video or something. Uh, just I found that I really enjoy making videos, so I might enjoy making, I don't know, a short 10, 15-minute little short video uh, without any audio, or just might do audio, no music. I'm not musically inclined, so be interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave those down inside the comments below. If you like what you see, definitely subscribe. Um, yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this little bit of a preview on what my thoughts were on Lumberyard. I wish we'd been able to get through that first little bit. I do plan on taking a second stab at this tomorrow. I'm going to be looking at going through, playing with this a little bit more into depth throughout the rest of today, probably a little bit tomorrow. Not sure if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but definitely will be back streaming next weekend, which will be the weekend of the 12th, 13th. Might be doing a game, might be doing some more of this. I'll post on Twitch on what will be going on for next weekend. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.